Welcome to this approximately 9-minute tour of the Franklin High School facility. The building was originally conceived in the 1960s and eventually opened up for use in 1971. Here is a general overview of the existing building, showing the core academic areas, the cafeteria, lecture hall, media center, gymnasium, and field house.
I started in 1998 in August. There were 950 students in Franklin High School. Now we're bordering on 1,600 in 2005-06 school year. So our population has increased dramatically and will continue to increase up to the 1,800 to 2,000 students in the next 3 or 4 years.
Let's join the school committee as they walk through the facility. Typical hallways in the facility show a tired building and some ramps that were put into place to try and make the building ADA compliant. There's a lot of wear and tear on the floors throughout the building, and these few scenes show you just how the building has degraded over the years through continuous use. Scenes like this are common throughout the building.
It's amazing. Okay. On minis.
Now, is this, in terms of, is this an appropriate size classroom?
No,
This is
we had that
small.
discussion.
Yeah.
It's bigger. The typical classroom in this building is actually about 900 square feet. The science room you were in is a room. They have minimum sizes, and basically 9 is your minimum size for a
For a general classroom, but as you get into the sciences.
Now we're going to take a look at one of the chemical science labs in the building, and as you'll see as you look around that most of the equipment is outdated and archaic and really not appropriate for science education in this day and age. Much of the equipment that you see around this room was transported here when the Horace Mann High School was closed back in 1971. Old equipment, materials, and devices are found throughout these labs and relate more to science 30 and 40 years ago, and as we all know, there have been many advances in the field since then. The state of our science labs was widely criticized during the recent NEASC accreditation visit.
ones that you used back in my day.
Yeah, so we're all the way we are because of things
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Stereo 400.
I bet this is between 30 and 40 years old, easily.
And that's a centrifuge?
Centrifuge.
And what would you use that for?
I use it.
I don't think in that one, the text is too big.
I mean, they probably have about the same number of books we have. I mean, I had a hard problem.
What was nice is
I had to teach that. Had the academic wings off to the side. Oh, here's one open. Oh, that's
before Oak Street came out, those were used as classrooms.
Those were special ed classrooms. Cool there, yes. Those were layers. This actually one time was shared by Karen and Robin and Sharon Hansen.
And here we take a look at the power station and boilers located in the basement of the building. The athletic equipment and weight rooms are original to the building. This glimpse of the locker rooms, and here we're looking at the boys' locker room, shows just what a state of disrepair these facilities are in. Throughout the locker room area, you'll find missing lockers, broken lockers, and missing benches. It's unfortunate that this is the face that we put forward when we host other schools at our athletic events. In addition, these locker rooms do not provide any safety or security for students in the school. Finally, these locker rooms are not ADA compliant, as they are located on the second floor of the building and there's no elevator or ramp to get access to them. This greenhouse located on the back of the building is beyond its useful life. Old furniture and equipment is rampant throughout the facility. These computers are first-generation Apple computers and are vastly outdated. These computers are clearly beyond their useful life. As we round the corner, you'll see some of the home economic equipment that is no longer part of the high school curriculum. Believe it or not, the Franklin High School facility lacks an auditorium. Several years ago, the high school principal converted the old lecture hall into a makeshift auditorium for theater and band productions. The seating you see in place here was pulled out of the old Horace Mann auditorium prior to the renovation of that facility. As we proceed to the stage area, you'll see that it lacks enough depth for any production or band seating in that area. The facility also lacks any area for an orchestra pit. And here you see the makeshift sound system and mixing studio. Once we get out into the hallway, Paula is going to take us on a tour of the changing room for productions.
They shut this hallway off. They block off the windows and the doors there, and this becomes their changing room. Because it's purely a lecture hall auditorium, it's not a... This is the changing room?
All
medication.
So any kid that brings
Right.
Inhalers, things like that?
Oh, yeah,
Nebulizers, right.
checking insulin,
Yep.
reading
Diabetics.
insulin pumps.
The school committee has been discussing options for renovation of the
Easily.
facility,
And then just,
and in another video you'll see the
daily
latest
traumas of
presentation
adolescence.
on what can be done to make Franklin High School a better building.